Hello and welcome to another video. Today we have to talk about quads. And do we really need squat patterns in order to maximize our quad growth? So, let's talk about it. Oh, my voice broke. Let's talk about it. It's gonna be an awesome topic. So let's dive in. And for those of you who don't know, when I say squat patterns, I mean anything from regular squat, front, low bar, high bar, or hack squats, whatever types of squats, Smith squats, you name it. Squat patterns. We know that in order to grow the quadriceps, we need knee extension. This we are able to achieve through leg extensions and quad and squat patterns. Something we need to understand is that the quads have 4 muscles. That's why it's called quadriceps, and one of them, especially the rectus femoris, we can't really target unless we're doing a leg extension. So in your squat patterns, you aren't able to really stimulate the rectus femoris. And against the popular belief where you need a squat pattern, you don't really need it to maximize the growth, because we are able to hit every single muscle from the leg extension. What is also interesting is that the leg extension is also a single joint movement, unlike the squat patterns where we are able to, or we are bringing in some adductors and hip flexion. So what we need to understand there is that when we do a single joint movement, we are able to focus our motor unit recruitment on that muscle alone, rather than when we split up, when we do multi-joint movements, we are focusing on more than one muscle. We are hitting multiple muscles at the same time, so the amount of motor unit recruitment we can cause within a single muscle is going to be limited, right? That's the same as doing a chest movement or doing a fly. When we're doing a fly, we are removing the front delt and the tricep from the equation, whereas when we're doing a press, we are including a lot of front delt and tricep. That's the same kind of idea we have to bring into the scenario. So we know that the entire quad can be trained sufficiently with leg extension, but does that mean a squat pattern is stupid to have in your program? And the answer to this is no. They're super cool and super smart to have in your program, especially as we talked about, it is multi-joint. So we will be able to use the quads, we will use the adductors, we will use the hip, the glutes. So it's super good for multi-purpose training. And it's also good to build the quads. It's good at a lot of things, okay? So what we need to understand is that, let's say that your weak point is quads, right? That's your weak point. That's something you want to bring up. Then it can be super good to bring in a squat pattern and a leg extension, to do both, so we can train the quads at different movements, right? Whereas if you, like me, where I have my strong point is my quads, I don't need more than leg extension, because I would rather focus my energy on other muscle groups that needs improving. So I might as well just put the energy where it's mostly needed and not my quads, so I can get the most out of my quad session with a leg extension alone. So think about it like this. Do you want to bring it up? Include more quad. Do you want to focus on other things? Do leg extension. Okay, it doesn't have to be the end of it, or it doesn't have to be a no squat pattern at all. And this is for hypertrophy focus alone. Let's say you do sports, let's say you do football or anything like that. You will probably want to do a squat pattern, because it is more than just the quads muscle alone. We want to be able to do the squat movement, right? So we also, that's one thing that's really important to understand when we talk about anything in terms of hypertrophy. We're talking about hypertrophy. If you want to bring in other sports, sure, we can do that, but then the equation changes. If we're talking mainly hypertrophy, the leg extension is fine. But if we're talking about other things you want to bring into the equation, that's a whole different topic. So now we're just discussing hypertrophy. And what's really the most important is, if you want to focus on your quads, put it in the beginning of your session. That's where you're going to have the most amount of energy. That's when you're going to be able to produce the most amount of motor. That's where you're going to be able to recruit as many motor units as possible. So that's the most important thing. If you want to grow your quads, don't put it at the end of the session, put it in the beginning. It's all about perspective. It's not black and white only. It's going to be more than sufficient only using leg extension. And if you want to talk about any other muscles or anything like that, please feel free. I also briefly touched the chest and the fly. We can have a whole conversation about that as well, a whole video. But yes, do let me know if there's any questions you have about any topic, and like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I hope you're doing amazing. I'll see you in the next one.